they think they think maybe they need more restrictions on the games, or the government have to cancel the game, right?
Right. So the citizens want to have their lives back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Olympic athletes, they think this is a really big thing. This is probably like the biggest
Okay.
thing out of these 4 years. They've been training for 4 years for this. So
Oh,
remember to turn on your videos. So Rita, we're just discussing about the point of today's debate is that the citizens, they want everything to be back to normal. So they're hoping that the government should do a little bit more about restrictions, or just maybe a lockdown is needed, right? But for the Olympic athletes, they're more like, I trained for 4 years for this moment. Now it's here, but why there's no people coming to watch, right? I guess they're more frustrated, but maybe they still want to be able to compete and not have it canceled,
mm,
right? Or maybe the debate can be about the citizens want the games to be canceled. Well, what would the Olympic athletes say to that? Why should it continue? Why is it so important? Which one is more
okay.
important, to carry
Mm,
on with your lives,
mm,
health crisis, or for the Olympic athletes to perform, right, for the
mm.
country? Okay, so let's start with Rita. Are you ready?
Okay,
Okay, great.
yeah.
Let's go.
So as a Japanese citizen, I think that the whole problem is that COVID-19 has been existed for a long time and the fact cannot be changed, but a problem could be solved. So the Japanese citizen would like to ask the government to provide a more clear guidance and then to tell us the action that we can also help and thinking about the prevention, even though if that we really need a lockdown, but during that time we also need to think about after the lockdown what are the things that we can do, like the action, like in the what are the restrictions for like entering a place. And also even though it's like an emergency that everyone need to kind of step back a little and then find the balance between our own life and the whole situation, but we really need a long-term plan to solve the issue that cannot let COVID to like stop other things for giving like developing, so that we really focus on like how would the government uh, take care of the other issues such as like economy and also like education. How could we like even during the whole emergency, how could we find a way to really continue our normal life, but also maintain the whole situation. So I think that the guidance should be clearly stated from the government. Like we should have like a plan that for long term, but not just like one day it break down and then we don't know how to react to that. So I think the 3 points that we should care about is like the prevention and also the action and also the long-term plan, how we can solve the issue. So that's what the citizen think about and care about.
Mm.
Okay, Evan.
Yeah, and I think as an Olympic athlete, um, we support that Japanese government um, should arrange the Olympic Games. Uh, there are 3 reasons. First, because the Olympic athletes strive for the game for many years, and the Olympic Games only arranged each 4 years. So if they miss these opportunities, they might they might have the chance to join the next Olympic Games. And so I think because for their strive. The Olympic Games still need to be arranged this year. And the second, I think to arrange the Olympic Games can reduce the loss of the economy in Japan, because Japanese government has invested a lot of money in the Olympic Games. And if they cancel the game on the last moment, they will lose all of their invention. However, if they arrange the game, even though they lose some money, but they can also earn some back from like the Olympic Games on the TV, or it can sell some accessory products of the Olympic Games in their country. So I think they can reduce the damage of their investment. And the last point, I think, because the government have prepared for the game for more than 1 year, most for an extra year, so it is safer than last year to arrange the game, because every athlete they got vaccinated before they arrived Japan, and the Japanese government also reduced the number of spectators in the or audience in during the game. So I think it is safe for the athletes, and most people they can watch the game on TV, so it can also reduce the contact of people. So I don't think safety or health is a main problem of arranging Olympic game, and that is the 3 points, 3 reasons I have.
Rita, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a really complete statement that points out like the government side and also the ethics, and also point out even though health issue is really important, but they still can try their best to make the whole thing go smoothly. So I think the statement is really strong. Yes.
But you need to try to persuade him. So you get one vote.
So from what Japanese citizens think that maybe we can think about the priority. So even though that we want our life to get back to normal, but it's like we need to think about prevention, right? So if the gathering is like too big, there are so many people from different country, we don't know much about where they will probably like go or interacting with different people. So maybe like if the activity is like too like the scale is too big, maybe you can think about like more strict restriction for the games. It still can be go on, but maybe like more rules about that. And then like we really need to think about what is the best way for like the citizen, the public, and the government and all the ethics. So maybe we still can find the balance, like how can the ethic also help to be a part of the whole campaign, and how we can make the situation better. So yes, that's what I think about this issue.
And Evan?
Yeah, I agree with Rita that Japanese government, they can provide more guidance and restriction to protect their citizens from the foreign athletes who might carry the virus. Yeah, but I think by these kind of measures, and the Olympic Games can still be arranged in the future, because it can be a win-win situation for the athletes and the Japanese citizens.
Okay. So who do you think has a better argument? Evan?
Yeah, I think Rita is have a good argument, and she can clearly state what Japanese citizens thought. And yeah, but yeah, But I didn't think she opposed to arrange Olympic in the end of her argument.
And Rita, you think that Evan had a better argument?
Yeah, his argument is really strong, and I think that yeah, the game is from his like sharing. I think the game can still be like just go on. So
Really?
yeah.
So you don't think that it's more important to have to
Yeah, like
this
like
might make everything more serious though, if you actually think about it. Think about all these people. Like look at the Delta variant.
and like no audience, like and everyone enter the place got like tested fully, and then if the prevention is like really completely, maybe the game can still do, but I'm not sure.
But is that what you actually think, or is it like Evan has persuaded you?
Oh, because I'm thinking about if I'm a like Japanese citizen, if I'm living in Japan and waited for the game for so long, maybe I will still think that we can do the games. But for me personally, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
But if I live in Japan and I waited for the game for so long, maybe I will still think that maybe we can do the game.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Interesting. Okay. Great. Let's still have your presentation if you want to tell us about something. You can try to keep it short. It's okay. And then have Evan give you some feedback and questions, and then probably go over a little bit. Is that okay, Evan? Probably like 5-10 minutes.
It's okay.
Okay, great. So do you want to present?
Yeah, sure. Actually, when I'm thinking about what should I present, I thought about one video I made, and then I think why I wanted to share that maybe I will not show the video, but share the story behind the video. Like exactly like 4 years ago, this day is the first day I arrived in Switzerland to join a government program about studying like sustainable development goals. So that's actually a government program that's supported by the Ministry of Education. So they want to invite the youth all around Taiwan to like maybe you are from different major like politics, education, or even arts. They want to invite different people to study about the cases in Switzerland. So after the trip, I found that a lot of European actually thinking about that sustainable is a lifestyle. So they will like immerse this idea to their life. So we visit one place that I visited, I think I remember the most is like a restaurant. So like all their electricity, all their building and their food are also is sustainable in some ways. And then the chef is really passionate about sharing the idea why he wanted to open a restaurant. So I learned about throughout the trip, and then come back to Taiwan, actually want to starting some project related to sustainable development goals. And then at that point, I think that, wow, I can be selected as one part of the program. I should be really proud and should really have the courage to start the program. But after that, actually, I didn't end up doing it successfully. So after the whole experience, I just want to say that I think life is really like a roller coaster ride after all. So I think it's pretty interesting, but right now after 4 years, I still have the idea of starting my own project, and maybe I will do it, maybe not, but I just think that the trip is really rewarding for me. So yes, that's my sharing.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's very interesting. Evan, what do you have some questions for her, or a question and some feedback?
Yeah, I think yes, to protect our environment and the ecology is always an important issue in the 21st century. And I think maybe Taiwanese people can do better. And we saw a lot of buildings and the restaurants with waste a lot of energy in Taiwan, and because our island is, we have scarcity of our resource, so we have to import gasolines, and we also have some water problems every year. So I think this experience is very important, and more important is that Rita have the chance to exchange their experience in between different countries and different cultures. And I always think traveling is a very good experience in our life to develop maybe a deeper mind of ourselves, and we can inspire us to do something back in our country.
Do you think there's anything about her presentation that she can improve on?
I think Rita is very is an advanced English speaker, and I think maybe she can speak better than me in English. So I actually do not have a lot of comment on her ability to present in English. Yeah, but maybe I think if there only one thing I can raise is that maybe Rita can speak slower sometimes, and to stress some important point or transition word, and that can make her statement or speech more clearly.
Yeah, I also think it's really a good presentation. A little bit too fast. Maybe it's because you think there's the time stress, or because that we're going a little bit over time, but that's fine. And I also think that since you're so confident when you're presenting, I think it's really important that when you present, it's good to have more eye contact. I know it's kind of hard, but kind of not to just like look out and to like, it's kind of like you're looking away from us. I know it's kind of hard because maybe it's a Zoom call, but even if it's like presenting during a conference call, or over the phone, over the internet, I think that's something that can be presented in a more like maybe you need to practice a little bit on where your eyes are looking around to. Like maybe like it needs to be around your camera. Like sometimes your camera is like here, not like down here where maybe you're looking at the screen. And I think it'll be really nice if you have more interactions. So even sometimes like you can think of it as your lecturer, how you want to interact with your students. Sometimes I know like when I'm teaching, I taught like maybe like 10, like there's like 10 people in the class and everyone's on the screen, and everyone just like maybe is a little bored, or maybe they're not really paying attention, but you need to catch your attention, right? So it's kind of like you're talking to them, or you're asking them questions, or seeing how they react and trying to respond to that, or trying to get them to answer questions, or even ask them like, hey, like I have this type of experience. What about you? Or what do you think about this? Or sometimes just ask like a questions to raise people's interest. Yeah, so I think that's something that you can practice later on if you continue to have the class. I hope that for each month you guys can all prepare one presentation, and for each month I want to see you guys grow and to become like a better presenter. It's not just you presenting something and telling me this, but it's you want people to engage and maybe learn something, maybe remember you, maybe have a little fun. So it's like all of these things combined together, because it's not just, you're just not presenting some boring, right? You're sharing about something you're passionate about. So maybe try to link that together and have more interaction and engagement. So that is something that would really make a good presenter. Like if you look at Steve Jobs, right? He actually practices a lot for all of his presentations on the new product launch. Why is he so good at it? Because he practiced so much and he tries to engage, and his feel of confidence, you can see that. So I think that's something that we can all practice. And like both of you, your English are really good. So I think it's more of the presentational skills that I want to enforce and I want to bring out to you guys rather than what you say. So a little feedback here. Okay, do you have any questions?
Oh, thank you so much for your suggestion. I think I will try to improve from all the details you mentioned.
Okay.
Thank you.
So if you need to go back, you can look at the recording and to see the notes and stuff. So I'll see you guys next week, same time.
Okay, see you.
Okay, thank you guys. See you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.